What's good, y'all? It's Solution back at it with another YouTube video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why discipline is not important. So let's get right into it. So the reason why discipline is not important is because all you need is inclination. So let's talk about the two concepts that people generally know when it comes to acting on your goals. That is motivation and discipline. We know that motivation is a feeling to act on something, and discipline is the ability to act regardless of how you feel. Whereas inclination is a natural urge to act and actually acting. You see, the downfall with motivation, for example, is the feeling is fleeting, meaning it comes and it goes. There's nothing you can do to always stay motivated. And on the discipline side of things, discipline is when you're able to act without feeling. This is what most people turn to when they don't have motivation. And yes, it works, but wouldn't it be much better if you could always feel like doing something and always act on it, right? So this is where inclination comes in. You see, inclination is the natural urge to act and actually acting. The reason why inclination is much better than motivation and discipline is because you can create the constant urge and feeling to act without fail. Whereas with motivation, you can't maintain it. With discipline, you can't always feel like doing the thing. You have to not feel like it and still act. So how do you get inclination? You see, the way you get inclination is by understanding human psychology. As human beings, we constantly want to run away from fear and pain towards pleasure. That is our natural state. So the crazy thing is, we can create those circumstances for ourselves in order to push us towards success. For example, let's say I held your entire family at gunpoint and told you, you need to be successful in 2 years, right? You have to be successful in 2 years or I will shoot your family. You see, in those circumstances, you would never think, I need to be motivated or I need to get disciplined. You would just get out of bed every day and instantly have the urge to do whatever it takes to become successful to save your family. But you see what we've done here. The fear is your family is going to die. The pain is your family is going to die. And obviously for you, you're connected to that so deeply that it makes you scared. It makes you feel so much pain like all the time. And the pleasure for you would be to save your family. So do you see how we created the natural human state to push you to be successful? So for you personally to find your inclination, what you need to do is find what you are scared of if you do not become successful. I'm saying the deeper fear you can find, the deepest fear you can find, like something that really jars you and scares you. And it's not like it only has to be one, as many as possible. And then think of all the pleasures of your success, all the amazing feelings, the cars for you, maybe the money, the people you'll be around, the accomplishments, all those things. Think of the pleasures and then think of what you're really, really deeply scared of. And then if you see what you are scared of every day, and then you see the pleasure you will get from achieving your success every day, you will create your natural human state where you'll always be in the mood to do what you need to do to become successful. You acting won't even be negotiable for you because you're so scared of what happens when you're unsuccessful, and the pleasure for you being successful is so great. You're putting your mind as a human being in a natural state of desire to be successful, that you never need to get motivated, have the feeling to act, and you never don't feel like acting. You're always in the mood to act. You're always willing to do what is necessary no matter what. It is in this way that I believe inclination is the only thing you need. You don't need discipline. You don't need motivation. You need to figure out, what are you scared of happening? What are you deeply scared of happening? And what is the greatest pleasure you have from doing what you need to do? And then boom, the time in between of where you are now, like let's say you're not at your success right now, to your success will feel like nothing. Because that entire period of time, it's not going to be like, oh, I didn't feel like working hard, or I had dips in motivation and then increases in motivation. No, it will just be a constant desire to do what's necessary, do what's necessary, do what's necessary until you reach that pleasure. So for many of you, I honestly believe this is how you should operate if you want to guarantee your success. Because you're putting yourself in a situation, you're in a natural human state, and everything is aligned for it to be guaranteed. Whereas when you rely on discipline, when you rely on motivation, it's just not as effective as relying on inclination. Because for most people, the reason why they need motivation and discipline is because they're going from pleasure to pleasure. Whereas I'm telling you to go from fear to pleasure, which is your natural state. Whereas a human being, your state isn't to go from pleasure to pleasure, because now the work that it's going to take to go from your pleasure now of being comfortable, even though you want success, to the pleasure of success is going to be difficult, to where you're now going to be looking for motivation. You're not going to be looking for discipline because you have no fear. You're not scared of staying the way you are. So I hope you guys really understand that and try to apply it to your life as soon as possible. So with that being said, hit the like, hit the subscribe, make sure your post notifications are on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.